Hola, you guys. This is Maria here, and I just wanted to do a quick get to know me video for this channel. Just give you guys a little background on why I started my weight loss journey, what made me take it serious this time, and what was the straw that broke the camel's back. For starters, I am happily married with two wonderful children. I have two boys, and they're very active, very fun, very outgoing, beautiful personalities. I have a wonderful husband who's very supportive. I got married I got married 10 years ago. This past August, we celebrated our 10th anniversary. And I lost my train of thought. I got married about 10 years ago, and after I got married, 6 months later, I got pregnant with our youngest son. So we had our older son before we got married. So I got pregnant 6 months later with my younger son, and the pregnancy was fine. I wasn't very thin, but I wasn't overweight like I am now. Like I had never hit where I've hit now. I got pregnant with my son. The pregnancy was wonderful, very easy. Didn't gain much weight during the pregnancy, maybe gained 20 pounds, and it was more baby weight. I was very active. I used to live in New York, and I would have to take a 2-hour train ride and walk to work from the train, and just there was a lot of walking, so I was constantly on the move, and I think that helped me not gain so much weight. I had my son, and when I had my son, um, after the 40 days, I got my first period. After that, I didn't see a period for like 6, 7 months. So I decided to go to the doctor. And I'm sorry if this is a little, uncomfortable if there's any guys watching, but this is just the journey that's bringing me here. I went to the doctor, and he gave me birth control just to regulate my period, but I didn't get an answer as to why that was happening, why my menses weren't coming. Then I noticed that I started gaining weight, but I didn't pay too much attention. I just thought it was the fact that, I was newlywed, I just had a baby, and I was just not eating properly. That was my thought. And that was part of it, but that wasn't the whole story. 2 years later, my husband got relocated, and we moved. And when we moved, I had started noticing that my hair was falling out, and I was growing facial hair, and I had gained tons of weight. And now, I was finding something suspicious because I was like, okay, this is like too many things happening at once. So we, we would try to keep an eye on what was going on. I remember taking showers and like literally bawling my eyes out in the shower because clumps of hair, not one strand, clumps of hair will fall out. And my poor husband would come into the shower and then just try to console me and tell me, it's okay, we're gonna find out what it is. But it was the hardest thing for me because I had beautiful long curly hair, and then one day I'm here balding. I have bald spots, and it was taking my femininity away from me. And then in the process, I'm gaining so much weight. I can't shop off the racks anymore. So finally, I went to the doctor here, and she ran tests. She did diabetes, she did thyroid, she did every test imaginable, and everything came back fine except the hormone tests. My hormones, my women hormones were fine, but my men hormones were elevated, which is a sign of PCOS. So I was diagnosed with PCOS about 7 years ago. I've never had that, never even knew what it was. So I was diagnosed with it 7 years ago, and again, they put me on birth control, and just, that's all they said. Birth control is the only thing that can help. So after being on birth control for such a long time, I decided, you know what, I don't want birth control. I want to know what's wrong with me and I want to fix it. So I started researching and I found out just a few things about PCOS. There's not much out there, just the fact that, you know, you're not ovulating properly, and sometimes the eggs stay in your ovaries, and you know, the hormone unbalance, the insulin resistance, the weight gain, the hair loss, just the basics. That's unfortunate that there isn't a lot of studies on PCOS. There's not much to go by. Just basically, you know, you have to cut out carbs and just exercise in order to try to get healthy. It's a hard battle to fight. Anyways, I started slacking off because I figured, you know what, nobody else cares about it. Why should I care? But as the years have gone by, I've gotten bigger. I am at my biggest right now. I'm just gonna adjust my seat. I am at my biggest right now. As of, well, last week I was at 228, and now you know, this is my first week weigh in, and I am down to 225 point something. So, you know, I'm excited about the loss, but still my biggest. This is the biggest I've ever been. I've never been 225 pounds until now. And, you know, my husband is very supportive. He doesn't demand that I become a size 6, but he would like to see me skinny again, just so that I can be healthy, so that I can enjoy my kids, so that I can enjoy him. One thing about PCOS is that it affects everything. Just, you know, I've always had a very good self-esteem, and lately I've noticed that I haven't been that proud person I've always been. I don't mind having curves. You know, I'm Puerto Rican. We are very curvy, but right now I am overweight and it's not cute. Not cute for my health, not cute for anything. I cannot shop. You know, I cannot go into a regular store and shop off the rack. It's just it's very, very hard on me. And about 2 months ago, I started noticing that like I said, I had stopped doing everything to treat my PCOS because I just gave up. And about 2 months ago, I started noticing that I was very, very cranky. I mean, cranky to the point of everything bothering me. If a pencil fell, oh, that's it. I went off. My kids bothered me. My husband bothered me. The dog bothered me. The phone bothered me. Everyone bothered me. And it just got to be too much. My husband sat with me and he was like, what's going on with you? Like, this is not you. You're never like this. And, you know, I started being like very, like I said, very irritable, very tired, wanting to sleep all the time. It was just bad. So I thought it was just my anemia because I am anemic. I thought it was just my anemia. So I said, oh, it's probably my anemia acting up. Let me go to the doctor. So she ran tests and, you know, everything besides the normals, you know, the PCOS levels and whatever are up and stuff. So she did more tests and it came back that my vitamin D is very, very low. And I've had problems with my vitamin D in the past, and I've just taken over-the-counter pills, and it's gone back up and everything is fine. Well, not this time. My vitamin D is so low right now that I have to take 50,000, I think it is, milligrams of vitamin D once a week. So it's a prescription strength. My cholesterol is high and I'm borderline diabetic. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. I could handle the vitamin D deficiency because I knew I could do something about it. I could handle the cholesterol because I knew I could do something about it. But when she said borderline diabetic, my heart sank. My heart stopped. Why? Because my aunt is diabetic on my dad's side. My grandma was diabetic. It's just something that I've never wanted to be, and now I'm on the verge of becoming it. So when she told me that, like, my world stopped, because now I still have the chance of changing it. Now, if I let it go on and become diabetic, it's going to take over my world. You know, I'm not going to be able to do a lot of things that I wanted to, because you have to be so careful. And I just did not want to deal with diabetes. So when I got home, I sat down with my husband and I told him, I said, listen, I can't do this alone. I can't cook 2 meals to feed you guys and then feed myself, because then I'm going to feel deprived. Um, I want to know that I'm doing the best I can for you and for the kids. So I'm changing everybody's way of eating, you know, not meaning that once in a while they won't get a treat now, but for the most part, I want them to know how to eat better. And it starts with me. I have to be their example. You know, it's not fair that they don't have a mom that can't go play football with them, or, you know, run a race with them, or just joke around. And it's just not fair to them. You know, they didn't ask for this, and this is something that I should have taken care of a long time ago, but I didn't. And now I'm determined. I cut out the sodas. I cut out a lot of things. I am doing everything in moderation. I actually started doing Weight Watchers, so that's helping me a little, because with Weight Watchers, you know, as long as you eat good and you stay within your points, you're losing weight, and it teaches you how to eat. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna have a cookie here and there. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not gonna take the kids to Applebee's once in a blue, but I am saying that eating out all the time and drinking sodas and all of that, it's stopping. It's stopping now. I'm only 32 years old. My kids are still young. They need a healthy mom. You know, I want to grow old with my husband. I want to grow old to meet my grandchildren and maybe even my great grandchildren, you know. And I want to be healthy to do it. I don't want to be, you know, sick all the time. I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired of being cranky and just tired of being overweight. I'm tired of being like losing my breath all the time and not being able to do things that I used to be able to do, you know? So, yeah, this is basically part of my journey, you know, just a little inside look into what I've been through, and hopefully you guys, you know, continue to be part of this journey so that you guys can see the end result. Thank you so much for the support. The reason I decided to do this second channel, because I do have a beauty channel, and I didn't want to include my weight loss on there because I wanted this to be exclusive, and I wanted to make this exclusively for the weight loss. And so I decided to make a second channel. And I've been inspired by so many people I've watched. I've been researching on YouTube and just seen the journeys that a lot of women and men have taken and where they've landed basically. And I am so inspired right now. I'm inspired by your comments and your support. Thank you so much. And I look forward to sharing the rest of this journey with you. If you have any questions, any comments, any tips, anything at all, please feel free to comment. You can send me a message if you don't want to leave a comment. I am very good at responding. Thank you so much for your support. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. The button should be somewhere around here. And yeah, you know, rate and comment. And again, thank you for being part of this journey. Besos.